Hey, this is Leo. We're going to take a look at AMC today. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. So somebody had been kind of conversing with someone who's telling me that this ending diagonal is invalid, and that's not true. I'm not exactly sure what he was looking at, but he was, if I understood him correctly, he was saying that this wave it was lower than the the termination of the first. So you have your first, second wave of the ending diagonal, and he was saying that the B wave, or really that's an X wave, not a B wave, was coming down past here. That's not true. I can just zoom in here and show you that. Um, Not exactly sure what he is looking at, but if you look here, here's your end for the one, right? So boom, right there, and it ended at 31.12, if you can see over there on the right, and then uh, your X wave here ended a couple of cents above that at 31.15. So I'm not sure why he thinks that's invalid. Uh, as far as everything else regarding the ending diagonal, I mean, you can see where is it? I think it's the 5 minute time frame. Come on, TradingView, why are you lagging? Well, that's annoying. Why it's moving so slow. Okay, so you could see the decreasing volume better on a higher time frame, but what I wanted to show is this. So at the end of the fifth here for the ending diagonal, something very typical you see is you see a spike in volume, right? That breaks the trend line of the decreasing volume. So if I go on a higher time frame, you can see that decreasing volume better. But then we get this spike at the termination for the fifth. So that's very, very typical for an ending diagonal. You also have this three-wave structure within it, so you can see that there. Now this isn't an ABC technically. What this is, you get an ABC, you get an A, B, and a C in here, and then you get some sort of an A, B, but you get this really extended C wave. That's really the only way you can count that. Um, it's just it's yeah. I mean, it doesn't work as an ABC. It has to be a combination. So this is an X wave. So essentially, you have two zigzags noted by a failure. So you have the first attempt of it a correction. So you have your ABC, and then this X wave represents a failure of the bears to continue the downtrend. And so then you get another ABC going into the two to finish it off. But you see this overlapping nature within the ending diagonals and even in leading diagonals of the contracting variety. So, I mean, I don't know why he doesn't think that this is a valid um, ending diagonal. A lot of I have a feeling he would, or if I'm talking to you, if you're listening, I have a feeling that you've either been learning from the wrong resources, or it just perhaps might need to study up a bit more. I mean, there's a lot of rules to learn at Elliott Wave, and to know the context, to know the right look and stuff. And really, there's a lot of resources out there that are incorrect. The only correct resource to learn from regarding Elliott Wave theory would be Elliott Wave International. They actually have a board that reviews thousands of charts before they make a rule change. So it's backed up by a lot of research and whatnot. They aren't just arbitrary rules that people set forth. They do a lot of review, and they actually come to a consensus of, okay, yes, this rule needs to be changed because of this reason, and we've looked at however many thousands of charts that we've seen it on. The other possibility is that he's not looking at extended hours. He might be looking at regular trading hours, because I noticed that if you look at that, it does go down lower. It doesn't go to the prices that he was talking about, so I'm still not sure exactly what he was looking at, but always make sure you're looking at the extending trading hours, because if you're looking at regular trading hours, that cuts off a lot of the price action that you don't see, and you want to make sure you're getting a full picture. So now I'm just going to go ahead and jump into an update on the charts to where we are. Really not a whole lot's changed, big picture. We're still working higher. I mean, that was a pullback, but you'll see exactly what they did here in a second once I get this chart adjusted. All right, so the first thing that I want to do here is I want to pull from the high down. I want to figure out where the overall selling algorithm is. So I'm not going to start from here because the price action, for some reason, TradingView doesn't show it. But if you go into the extending hours on Thinkorswim, the price actually made an all-time high of 77 and TradingView's not letting me go right on it, but I think it was 33 cents. So we go ahead and drag that down, right? So I've gone from the high. It's the assumed high, right? Because on Thinkorswim I'm able to see it, but for some reason TradingView isn't printing that. I know if I go to a smaller time frame on TradingView, it will show up there, but then it kind of distorts everything and just doesn't look right. Pulling from there down to the absolute low that we've put in of the correction, all we've done is we've gone to the golden zone of the overall, sell algorithms kick in, and we move down. So now that doesn't mean that they're going to get their target down there at $23.02, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that, but we've seen the reaction. So let me zoom in here a bit. So now what we've done here is we just look working from the low, ignoring the Elliott wave count for a second, because these algorithms that are programmed to trade these markets, they don't look at algorithms, they look at swing lows and swing highs. So pulling from the swing low to the swing high here, we can see that we went down to the golden zone exactly, and then we pushed through onto that negative 236. So now what we can do is we can pull to our highs and figure out what they have done from there. Doesn't look like they've gotten that one. So it did come here, right? So it went straight to that 50. So the next one I want to be looking for, right? Because looks like that's close enough. I'll say that they went ahead and got their target there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that one and see what we get. Okay, so we went straight to the golden zone and we've moved off of it. We've moved off of it quite bullishly, in fact. We also have the 200 EMA there. That's that white line. And, it's just repeating the same thing, come down to the golden zone. Here it went to the 50, up to its target, the negative 236, doing it again from the 50 to the new high, down to the 50, golden zone, and now we'll be moving up again. So, it's just the same pattern repeating over and over. I don't have a lot more time, though, because I've got my puppy that I'm taking care of, and then I've also got my friends out of town, a little business trip, so I've got to go to his place to take care of his puppy. Lots of puppies. So I am extremely busy today, and really the rest of the week because he just went out of town and I've got to watch them the rest of the week. So I don't really have time to get into the count. Somebody was talking about account being invalidated. That's not really true. So I mean, the count wouldn't really be invalidated until now I'm starting to get sidetracked and I'm getting into the count. It's possible that we've completed some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have to dig into it more to validate that, but that looks like it could be some sort of a third. It's possible that this is some sort of a flat correction for some sort of a fifth wave put in here. But anyway, so if this is a 1, 2, right, and we haven't completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then yes, if we go past this point, it invalidates that possibility. But it's also possible that what we have here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't really have the time to go into a detailed Elliott wave analysis there. But if that's the case, then all we would be looking for is we would just be looking for a pullback here to this 50 around 38.87, and then we would launch, or even the golden zone is very possible around 36, and then we would launch. It doesn't mean that we'd be breaking new lows. By no means do I think that that's going to be happening. So we just have to keep an eye on that. But just real quick, just looking at the algorithms here, I'm not really concerned. We're trending higher. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this video. I'll try to do something. If something changes big tomorrow, I'll try to update. But I mean, I'm really just kind of crunched for time right now with everything that's going on. Um, so yeah, if you have any questions, drop it down in the comments. It's much easier for me to respond to questions in the comments than it is to make a full video to explain all this. Anyway, y'all take care. Bye.